what was your first thought when you saw MaryLou?
Well, this is the kind of girl you take home to meet folks.
So where was it? What happened when you first saw her from this blind date? Where were you? Do you remember?
We were going to a party that was being given for the band members in the high school. And I was over from the island, and he got her talked into going to be my date.
Yeah.
Okay, and so then where did you pick her up? Or did you meet her there?
And we came to her house to pick her up.
Were you driving or was Doug driving?
I was probably there.
Was it a double date? Okay, so do you remember who Doug's date was?
No.
His present girlfriend.
Whoever his girlfriend was at that point, but I was more interested in this one.
So, do you remember anything about the party itself?
Either one of them. Are you asking either
Yeah,
one of them?
yeah.
There were lots of kids there, and they played some games that were fun. That were party games. And that's about all I remember.
So, on that first date, Mom, for you, what do you remember about Jerry? When you said, okay, I guess I'll go on a blind date with Jerry, when he came up to your house, what was your first thought?
Run.
No, it was, oh my gosh, he's got a car. I've never seen a car like that before. Because it was tomato soup orange. And I thought, that's different. But then there was a story behind that too. That it was supposed to be what color?
Royal bronze.
Royal bronze. And it ended up tomato soup.
Royal bronze was the color that in 1957 Chevrolet, the metallic royal bronze, that was gorgeous. But you don't buy the royal bronze paint from the American Motors shop. They had one called that, but it looked like tomato soup. It was made with milk.
It was different. So I thought, well, he's different, but he looks like a nice guy.
So when was the second date?
The next morning,
Oh.
I think I was asleep and our phone rang because we didn't have some and all that. And Ruth came in and said, "It's Jerry." And I said, "Jerry?" She said, "Yeah, did you get out with him? He wants to talk to you." So I went out and he fabricated a story. He was creative. That he needed to go up. Doug was up at the Monroe Fair,
Yeah.
and he was in his band uniform, and he needed to have his change of clothes. And did I want to drive up with him?
So what's fabricated about that?
Well, you told me you didn't. You told me years later that you really didn't have to bring that story up to him.
It was an opportunity.
Oh.
His mother.
Oh, well, maybe she was promoting. Okay. All right. You said that he didn't have to have it. But I went, and I was glad. It was fun. You had a good time. Oh, I had a good time. You didn't have a good time.
Well, why not?
Yeah.
It was at the fair,
Uh-huh.
and he said, "Oh, do you like rides?" I said, "Oh, yeah, I love the Ferris wheel." He said, "Well, I don't feel like going on the Ferris wheel, but you can go on the Ferris wheel." So I went on the Ferris wheel, and then time had gone by, and I don't know if you hadn't had breakfast or just what. I don't know what it is. But anyway, he said, "Are you hungry?" And I said, "Oh, yeah." And so he got me some popcorn, but the popcorn the smell of it or something didn't make
I
you.
think it was just passed by. With the weather.
When I was hungry enough and I was eating, we were getting in the car to go home, and then all of a sudden we're driving and I'm eating this popcorn. He pulls over to this gas station and gets out and runs in. I thought, oh my gosh. So he came back. He had thrown up the smell of the popcorn and made him sick.
So, from the blind date till the day you got engaged, how long was that?
Wow.
And that was just before our senior year in high school. And we got engaged just before I graduated. Oh my gosh, I don't know the dates.
It had been
64. 60, we got married in
66.
June of 1966. And we were engaged for 6 months. So it would have been December of 65. So
And you graduated in
60.
60. So 59 is when you guys went out on that date. The year before. Okay.
You went to college and I went to the Air Force.
So, from the first date until you were engaged, are there any dates that are so memorable and something that you just, it was either funny or it was wonderful or it was just one of those things that either you thought about and haven't talked about, have talked about over the years?
We went to a drive-in movie up in MaryLou.
Do you remember the movie?
Don't remember the movie, but I remember before the movie. They had a playground down by the spring, and little kids would go down there and they'd swing. And we were just watching all these little kids. And this adorable little girl was going down. She was whirling around, her hands in the air, and just dancing around. And she was so cute.
Oh, she was a little curly headed little kid. Oh my gosh.
I thought of that. Wow. It'd be neat to have a little girl like that.
I was thinking of the time when you were in the service and somehow you always got home around my birthday, and we always went to Seattle to that restaurant that was out at the end of the pier out there. It's such a nice place, and we would all, we didn't know what a lot of the stuff was, but we knew that it was fancy and it was nice. And whatever I ordered, whatever he ordered, always looked better than what I got, and he always said,
It's a tradition here.
What do you want to trade? Yeah. So I don't know. It seems like we always ended up trading dinners on my birthday, but I always liked what I got. I always liked what he got. That was fun. Yeah, we did that quite a bit.
Sure did.
Yeah.
So let's jump ahead to the proposal.
Oh,
Do we want to talk about this?
it worked.
Sure.
When did it finally set in? And I'm thinking of the New Year's story.
Yeah, that was a prompting that he was the right one.
So Dad asked, and you said no.
Hey, you hadn't asked me then, had you?
Which time?
Yeah, you had to ask a lot of times.
Yeah.
Remember,
On Whidbey Island, I took her out
did you mean by that, Mom?
Well, what that meant was, oh, I'm not going to be the school teacher raising other people's children on school time that I was going to be doing. I would get married and have children, and that was all another whole other issue for me. So.
And you had expected to be the best school teacher who helped and raised other people's children and didn't see yourself as a mom?
I don't know. This is just a very sensitive area for both of them because we don't bring this up. We resolve it, but we don't bring it up very often because we didn't communicate very well.
Aren't you glad you've improved your communication?
Oh yeah. Are you glad? Sometimes.
So let's move forward to that New Year's Eve. What happened on that date? How did that date go?
New Year's Eve, rainy, storm, and there was a couple of different church, and there was a New Year's party. So again, this date, we were all going to that party, and I asked her if she wanted to go to church. They have and it was what, a couple of blocks, 50 blocks, it was walking distance, and it was stormy. It was beautiful and it was lovely. The people who were there were very nice. She's keep the trees well out here. It was
really nice.
and the music was beautiful. And we got looking outside and the storm was on. The air right after the storm was so great. We were walking diagonally across the intersection. And that's when night hit the bells started. And she was bad. Wow.
That was definite.
Pretty cool.
What went through your mind, Mom?
Huh?
What went through your mind, Mom?
Oh my gosh. Whoa, what a kiss.
Wait.
That's how married people feel.
So I just got this vision. So you're going diagonally through an intersection,
And that was me.
and you stopped right in the middle and kissed.
Yeah.
So
Well, it was midnight.
no
That's
traffic, and when you're in the middle of the road and it's
a
midnight,
kiss, yeah.
you gotta kiss it. That's movie-rific.
We went to the party and they were playing games and stuff. And I think we both had a feeling, you know what's so sad if they had a good time, but they missed out on something really special.
So let's skip ahead that 6 months to just before your wedding day. Anything happened before the couple of days before that was shocking, surprising, wonderful?
I remember that one of the fellas in the shirt tail vest was in this boat. We went down and booked the church he and his fiance tried to go down and book theirs at the same time. We already had to go.
Oh yeah. I know. But he married somebody from Everett High School. Yeah.
So there is another story I want to go back that I only know a portion of, and it was something about, so Dad, you're in chiropractic college, and Mom was teaching, and somehow communication wasn't happening, and you out of nowhere said, I gotta get back there on a dime, and you shot across the country because you were afraid that you had lost her. You know what I'm talking about? Do you remember this story? Am I making that up? Am I missing?
Not making any.
No, I was in college. She was on the guy. And I worked several jobs. I sold women's shoes, I bought the shoes. I worked at basically big plates used in bread and custom slicing. Very big. And then I was also night watchman at a John Deere factory. Sitting there, a little Honda 50 that I had bought. I would ride it to work. And so a lot of times I was writing the letters, and I just put them in the outgoing mail at John Deere. That would go out with it. And then from the and then I get finally get one of the letters that I said, generally, well, I don't know how long ago I won't get here afterwards. So a sweet memory with Dad, I called him, and it was right at the end of the quarter. It was kind of the fifth quarter. And that's okay. And he tried so hard not to influence my decision. Well, the problem was that as soon as he met MaryLou, he was head over heels. I mean, there wasn't anybody, any girl, any place on earth better than MaryLou. And he just kind of was concerned whether or not I was good enough to marry this girl. And he said, well, Jerry, he said, you know, you're at the end of the quarter. Well, I'm thinking about coming. He said, well, if you do, go back to that quarter. I said, if you don't, find another MaryLou. I'll see you as soon as I can. Well, then I had to raise money. So I had some golf clubs. I sold those. And I sold them about anything because it had any value. And I sold my motor. Gave me a flight to Chicago. Came home. Got Mom's car. Had a Ford Falcon that partial off the seats. But I went to find her. I got up to the school and said, no, there's a school board meeting or something up the island. And so I scooted up there and came back kind of in language. And I came up from downtown and up to the corner that was key. And my school was there. And that pulled up this way. Came on the other road. And then we stopped. And I was sitting one. And she was sitting the other. And she had her up there also. He looked over at me and said he took off sunglasses, looking like this. So I jumped out of the car, him galloping across.
And I jumped into the car and yelled at the car. We were hugging in the middle of the street. Sharon was sitting
Something
in the
about the
car
middle of the
crying.
street.
Oh, this was just like a soap opera. Yeah.
You guys in the streets.
Yeah, it's in the street. Yeah. That's the story.
Did you ever get the motorcycle or the typewriter or the or the golf clubs back? Were they worth it?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I was glad I had something that I could do something.
So, where were you married? First Presbyterian Church in Never Washington. And what was the most memorable thing about the wedding?
Right.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I remember. Oh, one of the most memorable things is I had a room mother on Ruby Island, which is where I live. But I had gone to the Presbyterian Church for years, and this mom bought tickets for all the kids in my class to tour, and they came over from the island over to Everett. And so my little fifth graders were there. She was crying her eyes out. Miss Curtis wasn't going to be there. She was on the island next year. And years later, when somehow we made contact with each other, she said, the next year, they made signs and protested that they didn't want to go to school because Miss Curtis wasn't there anymore. Because we had moved on to Iowa, so Jerry could go to school.
I remember
All of those kids.
when we were getting ready, the minister and I, we were sitting in the party office, Dr. Stocker. He had all the flowers and the stuff for the cakes. And Dorothy, Jeff's mom, made a gorgeous wedding cake. We were sitting there, and we could hear Dr. Kovic, which was her,
Oh, yeah.
and he was like voice. We were standing in the door with the office, and oxygen right. He gave it a kick, and it went down to a basement, rattling all the way down.
Clank, clank.
Really loud for us. We were right there. Oh, damn. And I said, I hope not.
Oh, that was
But
we,
it was,
we really didn't hear it. I didn't hear it.
and she had handle. Her brother said, "You got a burning permit for this?" Because I mean, it goes all the way down to the beautiful. I see the picture once in a while, but it was.
So after the wedding, you moved to Davenport, Iowa with him. And how was where did you guys live? Just as young college students live, generally it is the poorest of poors and the most memorable of most memorable. So what dingy life did you live as college students?
What I moved her into was an old small apartment, kind of like a efficiency apartment. Not very efficient. And what was supposed to be just a closet was the kitchen. And it had a Murphy bed. It was hot.
And no bathroom was across the hall.
Share a bath with one, two, four. And I remember I got in here. I looked and I cleaned it all up. It looked like it had a marble stain. You know, no marble stain. I was growing up, urinated on it with love. And I scrubbed. Yeah, at least when I got it going on, it just smelled like clean stuff instead of doing it. And it was so hot. I just got in there. And I took the last $110 and bought the American going with me. And well, that was to be accepted the electricity for the building couldn't handle.
So we turned on our air conditioner and everybody else's lights
Went out. And so then we had to kind of wait until people were going to bed and turn it on to avoid that air conditioner. Something chopped around, and after that we went home.
I like them. I honestly wonder, where I was, what, how far is Iowa from Washington? 1,000 miles. That far away from home, in the wreck of the place. What am I doing here?
So what were you doing while he was going to school? Because that was your sophomore year, second year, second or fourth,
Oh, fifth quarter.
fifth quarter.
So I was just shy of halfway through. And then I had to go back to the fifth quarter to pick up the class again. So I was in the 765.
And I never knew what those numbers meant. But it meant like
July
the
of
7th month of
65.
19.
I ended up in the 166.
I didn't.
So what were you doing while he was at school? What was the process for you? Because
At school before we were married, or I was teaching.
so you just got married
I
and you moved to Iowa with
I
him.
got a job teaching 6th grade.
In Iowa?
Yeah.
I know that. Okay. So how long did you teach in Iowa?
Nothing. Graduated. Right? Yeah. I liked it.
You had a really great principal.
Oh, it was fun.
To Mr. Pitch.
Jim Fish. And it was really funny because in Iowa they have lots of little old places and all that. And so it was interesting because my interview for the job, Jim was painting his house that summer. And so they called and said, when I talked to him, he said, oh, just send her over to the house. So we went over to his house and he was up on the ladder, came down, in his paint clothes and everything. Hey, this is great. What grade lot, fifth or sixth. And he says fifth isn't available, but sixth is. Sixth, great. Put your hand in. So he gave us the address of the school. I hadn't seen the school. That was the interview.
Didn't know what your classroom would look like.
No, I had no idea. And so when we went out to the school, on the way was a little memorial pioneer
schoolhouse,
pioneer one-room school. And Jerry pulled up with it and he says, "Well, this is sure going to be different." And I thought, "That's my school." I mean, it had a
no playground out there.
And, I mean, this was Little House on the
Little
Prairie
house on the
school.
prairie.
Yeah, and then he said, and so we went on around the corner and it was a really nice. It was a very, the teachers were very friendly. It was great.
So how were you guys getting around? Because he sold his motorcycle so that he could do
We
all
had
that.
a Volkswagen.
And so you had your, what did you have?
I had bought my cousin Kay's Volkswagen. She got a new Volkswagen. So, before we got married. Yeah, I was teaching on Libby. I was walking to school every day with all the teacher stuff. And so Kay came home and she said, "Oh, Volkswagen."
So, what was it? Volkswagen Bug?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That little one-wheel trailer that we bought for it.
Yeah, and that we put on whatever fit in that one little trailer is what we got back.
I don't think I've seen a one-wheel Volkswagen trailer. So it's just the wheel in the center, and then everything's just balanced around it.
Yeah, got one wheel in the back, and it hooks on your bumper.
Hooks on both sides.
Yeah, we bought that from your cousin.
Loaded that all up. Had a rack up front.
And it looked really. We
We
drove it home.
a bear tore into it, whatever, you know, stuff.
Okay, let's hear that story too, because that one is an interesting story, if I remember correct.
Oh.
You guys were in Yellowstone and just camping on your way through.
Uh-huh.
And did you guys have a tent, or were you? How were you
We're in
sleeping?
a little tent.
Well, skip.
Huh? What?
He'll skip that one.
I have very cool.
Yes, I don't doubt that.
Oh, that wasn't that night, but the night that the bear got. Well, no, we got up. I woke up in the morning and I said, "Gee, there's something out there." And he goes, "I don't know." And then I heard some warm rustling around. I said, "Maybe it's a bear." I said, "Well, look." And he opened the thing and he looked and it was.
Big old bear.
It was there, and he was taking his like his claw and just went shh, shh, shh.
You know
to
what
take
kind
the
of
canvas.
shit is?
Uh-huh.
Well, I had packaged all the stuff
Over the trailer.
and yeah, and then taped it with that. And he opened the claw. But the thing was, there was like gum, some stuff like that inside that smelled food. And so it just took the top off, and just started throwing stuff. Kind of jumping up and down on the
Oh yeah, he was
trailer.
jumping
The
all
one
over.
wheel trailer.
broke the one
Broke the rod between the.
one
Car.
on one side. Broke that off. Started hollering out, and there was a guy home.
He was in the-
Camper.
Yeah.
Camper. He got out, and he was trying to shoot away. But he's got this lawn rig, you know, with his regular flip. And he's out there swatting at this bear with his lawn rig.
Oh my gosh.
Well, she got afraid that I was getting out of the tent. So she had my knees locked together, hanging on my rear end in the air, and I'm hanging out of the tent. And so, anyway, the bear finally got up,
Wandered off.
and then started putting something. I took a belt and pieces of rope and hooked them together on the end of this one broken off. And this was on the 4th of July.
Oh, nice.
So that's always a good time to have a break. And I ran it up through the rack on the top and down. I don't get it. As long as you didn't go too fast. You know,
And there weren't too big of bumps in the road.
and so we got to the place that had the little village. And I pulled in to a gas station. This guy started cussing over it. Oh, in German junk and all this stuff. Well, I'll look at it. And part of him, so he's going to fix it. Came off and said, well, let's go have very best breakfast week because we will not be able to eat her. So we went and we had breakfast. The guy was still pretty open, but he fixed it all up.
It wasn't a lot at all. Yeah, I just had
Like
visions
20
of-
bucks or something. I mean, it was, he virtually was giving us his time.
Welded together and felt good.
Yeah.
bless his heart. Oh my gosh. I mean, not in the southern way, but
Yeah.
in the
The
truly
sweetheart.
bless his heart for being so kind to us.
And we went out through the last,
We made it. We got there.
got stopped in the grass.
Oh,
For speeding.
Who was driving? Dad. And how much over were you?
No, he pulled us over because, no, that was another trip.
oh,
That was another trip.
oh, I had a.
That was another trip
I
Dad
had
got
a
pulled
blanket.
over for.
Well, yeah, because we had Curtis at that on there.
Oh yeah,
She put
yeah,
a-
he wouldn't have been in that trip.
Put a blanket up so they
That's
pulled
the
us
sun
over
was-
because
I mean, it's just a straight road. If the sun's in your eyes here, it's in your eyes over there. So.
but we went along anyway. They stopped me. Speed. I don't know what it really was. And while he was talking to me, I think he was keeping me along to make sure I was good in the way. I was good in the way.
You are now.
And the car went behind. Yeah. It goes ahead for our. Yeah, we got there quick.
So, in the time when you were in college, there any memorable moments, anything amazing about them? What was your favorite thing about being in chiropractic? Going through that experience?
Technique and working with patients. I was president of the Pacific Northwest. We had a big local salmon. Some of the officers bought salmon, go there and fundraise. Very good. They can hire board for 2 shares.
What was it, Justin?
Make good.
Makeshift Justin Bieber.
Not a lot. But it worked.
So, at Dad's graduation mom,
Uh-huh.
what were your thoughts after graduation? Was it the most amazing thing? Was it nice? Was it dingy? Was it? Just explain his graduation. And where were you and what happened in that?
Oh well, Chet was here and I was here and Curtis was in my lap. Curtis was about and they were giving the graduation. It was nice, but Curtis got tired and we And so I went out, so I spent most of the graduation standing at the door watching inside. And so I did hear your name called.
I had him change it to all my name is Gerald Senior.
Chester, like so.
Chester.
It was so good to graphic check.
And I really appreciated that. I kind of concerned my mom. She was.
She didn't like the fly.
She did things of heavy emotional impact were very, very difficult. And took me becoming over and understanding not but it was very nice graduation. The dinner afterwards, the telegrams and stuff. It was very nice. And that's where it started. Really started learning
Oh yeah.
important with my partner and all. Sharing. A lot.
Oh, we loved going to
And it was
ward parties and such nice
Dr.
stuff.
Frogley was the bishop of the board.
Taught full time and out of practice and let's go to
And little bishop.
what a guy.
Yeah, he really.
Ooh.
So I may misremember this, but the first activity that you were invited to was a Halloween party at the ward.
Yeah.
And how was that? What costumes did you go as, and what did your friends go as?
Sherry was a darling little scarecrow with straw out her sleeves and that. What was I? I remember what you were. You were a hippie. A hippie with a long wig on.
We had a neighbor who she had hair color that she had the long wig. So I borrowed the wig. And then I took one of these scarves and tied it to the ring. So that whenever I moved my hand, it had this flowing
And he really looked like a hippie. He could have been right off the book.
gay blade. And I got there and people were friendly before you and I were uncomfortable. But what would you do?
They don't have hippies in their ward, I guess.
And so we got about halfway through the party. And I took that wig off, stuck it on the chair, I had the pink one. You could hear this kind of collective.
Oh.
They were nice. We were fellowship.
So, did anyone talk to you about baptism while you were in college?
No, as we were packing up to leave after graduation, we had a house full of boxes and stuff the missionaries gave. We were sorry. Tomorrow we're leaving for Washington State. So, well, is there any place we could make a referral? So I put in my folks' address. And that was that.
So moving back to Washington State, So how long from moving back to Washington State until you guys went up to Canada?
First we moved to Centralia, we lived in Centralia. And when we were in Centralia, that was when we were in church. It was at the Olympia, Washington State Center. Oh, the top and the manager. And so we had to drive there, so we didn't have car seats and stuff then, so Jerry was driving right in front first, probably. Yeah, and then the elders were in the back. And the baptism was at 10 o'clock in the morning. And so we got there at 10 o'clock and it had been changed to 5 o'clock in the evening. So I hadn't brought any food for Curtis or diapers or anything. Oh my gosh. So we had to wander around. We sat and talked in the church for a long time. Walked around.
We didn't know anybody other than you.
Finally, 5 o'clock came.
And she actually got back.
And I
So thankful.
So who got baptized first?
Elder Papa, Andrew Papa, and then Elder Lindsay.
So
We didn't know anything. We didn't know anybody was in it. It was probably one of the ones like on the first Saturday of the month. All the people in the state that are being baptized will go there. And one of those. So there were lots of people, but nobody knew.
So it's interesting because knowing this and recording this is different than the story that I always created in my brain. I thought you were baptized in Canada.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, so I didn't even, I thought you guys had graduated from college and gone right up to Princeton. So there's a whole section here. So how long from graduation until you guys moved to Canada?
I got it. I was looking for work.
Oh, in Centralia. Yes. And you were going to school
Yeah,
to get this course.
there's supposed to be a course to help you with national boards,
Oh,
but they didn't do this. We heard about it and went there. That's we're thinking you really have to contact the school and make sure your kids know it. So,
was that was it a different college or was it a chiropractic?
yeah,
No,
but
community college.
then I got a job out of Grace Harbor. Grace Harbor paper. I have an uncle lived out there, and you got to go have his physical. You walk into the doctor's office and says, "Well, you look like a healthy young person. Feeling good?" Blah, blah, blah. Okay, just take this paper. You know, make his bucks by just saying to look healthy, go to work.
Yeah.
And so I did, but it was 65 miles. Not 30 miles. Where we lived in Centralia, where I worked. And then you went 3 shifts. Okay. So you never were on any shift long enough for your body to get used to when you're supposed to sleep and when you're supposed to wake. And we're going back and forth. And you could go in to work in a shift and then called in or was going in and so you ended up working double. And then you just had one shift to get home and try and get any sleep to get back. Worked there for quite a while and I got on with that joke with the big trailers. And I worked there for quite a while. Basically what I did most of the time there anybody that is going to buy a trailer tried to get the ones that they put together. But when they had their big trailer shows, you know, they put those all together with extra special. They made those, and I worked there up till the time that we moved to Canada. And we were making so little money. My folks, the rest of our mom, had this Susan robot for the island. We could take off Friday as soon as I got off the boat. And drive all the way out. They would feed it. We got there. We really didn't stop. Like they had some gas to get up there. And so I cleaned the store. They made a job for me. But they made a job for me so that I was earning and helped them out with getting in essence, it was pretty close to that because that didn't take that long. Then they load us up with food and gas. Gas us up. That helped us through that period. A little house we lived in. We didn't have furniture. And so in order to have like a couch, we put 3 folding chairs with a blanket over it. And
Made a nice couch.
sort of.
Ish.
And we got one mom's still order.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Somebody returned it.
they had one. And then also, when I was working there, that's right, people that are traveling with smoke like chimneys, like this, you know, they're going from the back door of the house to get out of the clothes that I wore to work. Take that. Folks, they had super sale on washer and dryer. And they bought the basic washer and dryer. Boy, did you feel. Oh,
Great.
how
I was thinking that for the spoiled little girl that I grew up in the family that I grew up in, I can see now why a lot of it really hard on me.
So 67, Curtis was born. 68 was graduation. 68 is when you moved back to Washington. What year did you move up to Canada? Or to Alberta?
Because Janelle was born just before Canada.
I thought Curtis and Janelle were 2 years apart. 2.5 years apart. So you were pregnant before you guys moved up.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Very. I think we moved up in June and she was born July.
And so, how about that trip? Going from Washington to this adventure of starting to practice.
I remember we got up to the border and they had to fill out all these papers and stuff. And they wanted to see what you were bringing to the country. Showed them they were really very nice.
Still had the Volkswagen. The one-wheel trailer.
Oh,
No, the bigger trailer.
no, we had a U-Haul truck.
Yeah,
Or no, we moved back when we must have.
anyway, they looked at it, said that was fine. We were going to Calgary. So when you get there, it's still east side. I said, well, why is that? He said, because if you're working in town, you're going to
was 92. Oh, wow.
And we had Carson Hamburg was a chiropractor that they go then I was up there by myself.
What happened there?
Well, I was flying around.
Oh, so you didn't take the trip out in the U-Haul?
That, I know, I didn't.
Yeah, we were there at the border with the dad bring us up and bring you back. Oh, yeah. Exactly how that was.
Probably in a dream.
I know that I was up there, found an apartment.
And that was risky to find that, let you find an
I was
apartment.
going to compare it to going
I
to college.
I was assured it was very nice, and it was nice, except for where the water came.
Down for their apartment. They had a leak in there. Came down through the light.
And I don't know if the sink was plugged up. I don't know if the law came down, but it was, I could see, but that was after Danielle was what, she was on.
And we had no furniture. So I had, without MaryLou, gosh, I got
You got a bargain, it was good.
about $300 for a kitchen table and chairs, a couch, and a chair, and a bedroom set. It was one of those but at least it was there and it was working.
That was much.
Go pick her up at the airport. I was so glad.
So she brought
Curtis.
Curtis,
Okay.
and she was pregnant. How was flying with a baby and being pregnant?
I remember the stewardess saying something to me, oh, that well, they weren't going to let me leave, remember, because I was so big. There's something about.
That was when you got up there, and then I couldn't find her. There to come through customs. And I was out there waiting, and all these people came. Nobody was there. What on earth?
That was detained in Seattle. And they didn't say that was why until.
But then she was there sitting waiting, and until I was asking them looking for, oh yeah, well, she's been back here for a while.
Yeah, I had.
Good grief. And I was so glad to get her.
So then, starting your practice in Canada, who were you starting with, and how did that go?
Carson Camber
Well,
used me for a way to get equipment into the country. And I was supposed to be practicing, One day I was ready to go over to Nordstrom. He changed the locks. Locked me out.
And how long have you worked with them?
I got a brand new daughter.
Son?
I
and
had,
a 2.5-year-old.
I had my coffee terminal point table. I loaded it up. And we went about half-hour drive out of Calgary. Found out there. I would say hello to people. Look away. Okay, it's a culture. That's what they do. Or I go into a class, they're asking comments. That would be a follow. And MaryLou was getting much for reception. We were in, put in second meeting. She came in with a brand new baby for them. And Curtis was putting her belt. Said, dude, there's my baby. Well, you won't be able to hear anything in the meetings now. And it was to a point that it was pretty easy for us to find reasons to not feel or feel welcome. And went up to band. Beautiful. Remember in the heated pool, I got into the heated swimming pool. And that whatever, and the baby handed her down. They went to the water and and so we were there for a while.
When did you meet for London?
They're one of the carpet.
And then you went in with him.
Working carpet.
So that was the Canadian Chiropractic Association.
And so we went down, we found an apartment or a house down here.
Is that in Banff?
No, that was down in Lethbridge. And in Lethbridge, the people that lived in the house before we did were LDS and X. And so when we moved in, boom, all of a sudden here were people bringing food and helping and making us feel welcome.
And he had just gotten a job at BYU, and so they had planted a garden. There was a whole garden, and Becky said, "Oh, just eat everything from the garden if you want." They were wonderful.
Did they own it or
No,
they were
no,
renting
they
before?
rented it from the village.
And so we got moved in there, and that was really pretty special. Then they had a party on that Friday night before you invited us to the party. So by the time we went in for our first time, we already went 5 minutes. And we lived in it. They were all great. We were there for a while, and then later we bought a house in Lethbridge.
That was a different house.
Different company.
I think you, Bob was going to sell that house. So 624 18th Street South.
And you hadn't been to the temple yet, or had been?
We went to the
Was that before the year ago?
After we moved to Lethbridge, that was after we moved.
and were we in the first house to the second? Second. And it had a basement.
So what? How was the experience of going to the temple?
We could have would have been nice.
We didn't. There was no such thing as a temple prep class or anything.
And you went and
And
you
we
went
were
with-
told to fast, and so we fasted till we hadn't eaten. And
went in cars full of people. We didn't take our own car, we were right with
yeah,
you. You know, and you come out with a steady, you just overwhelmed. Cool.
it was a good experience, but it was an exhausting experience.
Because I wished on the way home we could brought our own car, could stop, because regrets. They were all up for it.
It was good. It was a good experience.
But then when we moved from Bedford to Carts, and we lived in a house right at the base of the hill, in order to go to the temple, MaryLou would go up, go to the temple while I was watching the game. She got down, and she saw her coming down again. I would go up with us, like to kick it in. It was great temple. It was so helpful. One kept telling me that boy, brother Archie had a hearing, and they were just an eagle. Had a
So you practiced in Canada for 10 years? 8 years?
Oh,
Practice first.
okay. And you're talking about where you were born. So
From
so it would be from
70 to 70.
Janelle, Dan, Craig, and Sheree. So 70, 72, 73, 75.
So 5, 6,
And you were born in
77.
77.
6 years. And how many practices did you have in those 6 years?
The first one that
Yeah, that was the month.
That was good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, at the mall. Yeah.
Oh yes, so it's all the pictures.
Yeah.
Pictures
Yeah.
in there.
Boy, you forget all the details
Then from
about your
that
life
mall,
after a while.
I went to one that was great.
That was in Carson.
Perched it over the old office.
Always taking care of kids.
Went out to
Helping them to the
an
street.
old drive-in theater office.
Old driver in the theater office.
What in the town?
Because the other one. So I had 2 locations. And I went up to the Blood Indian Reserve.
Yeah, I remember that. Please.
It did not work well.
I didn't know anything about that.
So, any stories in that 5 years that stand out? Because this was the era that Craig specifically asked me to ask about. It's the time in Canada from the time he was born till the time
Well,
I
I
was
remember
born. You guys moved
we
in.
used to want to see conference. And we found out we would drive down almost the border and get into home. Their television was very
the
his
temple.
kids and his kids and their kids were friends. And so Gordon was having a conversation. Well, yeah, it's really nice there, but when your kids are famous, they don't
Yep.
No, are you sure you want all this for posterity? Please edit some of this. Oh my
That's great
gosh.
though.
Jeez.
But they would, that was
I'm gonna
really
take a little more talking here.
So, so Mom, anything on your side when the kids were really little for that first, gosh, till Curtis was 6 or 7. What are some of those memories that you had raising the kids and as a teacher?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, Mrs. Pacifica. Oh yeah, Curtis had a great teachers at their school. And the thing that was interesting is, if I remember this right, they would come home at lunchtime and then go back to school for the afternoon school. The kids still came home. We had great neighbors across the street. He was the librarian. Now, Dan, Craig. Oh, I remember when. Oh my gosh. Curtis and Janelle got the chicken pox. Dan got the chicken pox. Craig got the chicken pox. Wow, yeah. Chicken pox, nobody made a big deal about it. Everybody's kids got it.
send your kids over to some place so that you can get them to the box party.
They had good years. Kids had fun little friends. And they had, the kids in the warden primary was
Speaker of the race.
oh yeah, the speaker of the race. Like I said today, I was so busy raising kids and fixing meals and doing what I needed to do that it just went so fast that you just forgot.
We drive
What
around.
did happen? What did happen? My gosh.
I remember driving around and we would see horses up. Oh, that's great. Puppies. Puppies, Mom. Puppies.
Big puppies.
We were puppies.
And I kept telling them they were horses. And then I just went on that way for a little while. Then all of a sudden, there's the horses, Mom. Behind me. Licking thick. We got a little black
Oh, yeah,
They-
we were puppies.
puppy. We got buried in the hair.
You remember that.
So when I've heard stories about many of the kids' births.
Many of the what?
Their births.
Many of our your children's births.
Oh, yeah.
One that I don't remember ever hearing about is
Uh-huh.
Shanine's birth.
Janine.
I was in Canada.
She's 8. That was when we walked up to the hospital in the snow, and it was so deep that we couldn't get our car out of the driveway in April, and we couldn't get the car out, so we started driving, and then
Were you in contractions when this was
oh
happening?
yeah. And so the neighbor that was down a ways, he had a farm, and there had been an ice storm, and it was beautiful outside, and you had to step up really high to step into the drifts, but we trudged along to get there, and
But who watched the kids while you
Who was
walked
watching?
to the hospital?
the girls
Girls that rented the
that
basement.
rented the basement.
A nice girl.
they would come to babysit every now and the neighbor guy said, "Hey, you guys look like you need a ride." He got us to the hospital, and what was it they said? I think they had a cup of coffee or something else. I said, everybody. And we were in a labor room, and there was a dog across the street that kept barking, 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 barking. And wow, somebody come and get that dog. He's driving that and I can't concentrate here. And eventually, that was Dr. Taylor. Oh, and when okay, and then she came out and came out and came out because she was 24 inches long when she was born, and the nurse took her over and was measuring her. And she said, "Oh my gosh, she's 24 inches." Nah, no baby's 24 inches long. She says, "Come and look at this. This is 24 inches long." And I don't know. He kind of glanced over there, and anyway, when we went for her newborn checkup, he said, "Now, how long was she?" And I said, "She was 24 inches." And he said, "Oh, no, baby's 24 inches long." Took her out. Well, yeah, 24 inches long. Yeah, I wasn't kidding. Yeah,
But it was a nice bird.
it was.
So when you guys decided to move from Canada back to the United States, why Honeyville?
She had a job with Stanmore at Crystal Hospital.
Stan Walter was the first one. So that's what.
So was that as a chiropractor or was that?
No. Well, because I wasn't licensed as a chiropractor. He didn't have the credentials to do real.
He got some.
He got some, but that's what went.
Curtis and Jamila went to school. That was where Dan learned to hate
Hers.
hair.
Or you had Flossie.
Flossie.
Yeah, and Flossie.
Oh.
And the kid, my
Gotta be
girl,
smarter
had
than
Goldie, and we took her over and over.
So the Flossie story about trying to kick is always a good fan favorite of flipping phone.
Oh, Flossie would get out and go over to Sister Ruth's yard and eat her garden stuff.
She was a pretty little thing. She was a beautiful little girl. She was smarter than
It's a little Shetland pony.
Shetland pony. You gotta be smarter than the Shetland. And she'd get loose. Curtis went down to get something from the store. Climbed up on her. She decided she was going to she wanted to get back. She was going at her full gallop and just like a siren. And just
Whoa, 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 whoa. She finally stopped.
But she get there and then I would have to go here.
Because I was this pregnant with you, and I couldn't
And I
go
go
by a kicking horse.
and I'd be getting there. So she just go there. I mean, you can close the little car. sorting the horse.
Sell a drunk guy a horse.
Flatbed
He
truck.
had other problems.
Flatbed truck that I could get her up there. We threw in, I don't know, saddle and pack, all that stuff. I imagine it was pretty big. But that we were moving.
And the funniest thing, a missionary that served in Portland, was it his dad? Because we said, oh, we know somebody with that name. We sold him a horse. He says, yeah, a Shetland pony. And it was his, I don't, oh, we thought we'd never see him again, but we saw his son.
So, what made it business-wise? Why did you leave Utah? Come back to Florida?
Well, I had seminars. I think I came back with a plan that I would implement. Probably. Came back with that as part of that. And then I got a job with selling equipment.
So, had either of you lived in Portland before?
I lived my whole life.
So, when you got to Portland, what was your experience? What was your thought when you got here?
Beautiful then. And the people that we met were
Oh,
very friendly and nice. Got first little house.
well, he had
After,
sold.
after you guys had
Yeah,
moved it, you didn't burn it down.
No. And I was going to say that was when you kids were all staying with Grandma Ruth and Grandpa Jim. And that was when the dog, the family bit Craig.
Well, it could have been.
Yeah, and so Grandma had to put him there and up there. I don't know if it was his hand or his leg. I got to ask him. Because I wasn't there. And anyway, yeah.
I'm
Really
so
sorry. I'm so sorry.
So,
But he got lots of attention over being the one that got bit.
so that was when you guys were moving? You
That
guys-
was-
the
That
kids
was when
stayed?
we were moving the stuff into the house. 194. Across from David's
Yeah.
school.
And so you moved out here and you met some wonderful people in the ward.
Oh.
Were you instantly stuck on the ward? Or was it an instant, like when you were talking about when you moved from that ward that kind of shunned you to this new ward? How was your breeding when you came to Oregon?
Oh, the first Sunday there, Barbara Bigelow. BB came up and said, "Hi, I'm Barbara Bigelow, and I don't know you." And we introduced, and she's one of my dearest, sweetest friends. Always has been.
Sister Truman saw you and she swooped you up so fast.
Oh,
It is amazing how the instant friends
yeah.
and sisters in a ward where it's like, oh, you're gonna have my new best friend, and this is the new grandmother, and this is the.
I remember they used to have Relief Society on Thursday mornings, and then they would always fix the lunch for the sisters that came. We were always there in the nursery. And well, no, you stayed with me, Shalene and Craig. nursery and have all the fun done there. I would be holding you, and then Sister Joan would eat fast, and she would always come get you, carry you around.
She just loved that.
I love it too.
And she loved having the kids come over to her house and play button, who's got the button, and all the games.
So you had several houses around the Portland area. Did you have a favorite?
Well, probably the winner of my family history book that I'm getting out says describe the houses you lived in and what you paid for them. And we hadn't bought anything then, but I talked to Janelle, talked to Curtis, Craig. I think everybody said the big house. The big house. That sounds bad, the big house, but
Oh,
there's
lots of memories there.
lots of memories there.
In the big house,
Uh-huh.
I've only heard about it.
About a what?
At the basement.
A basement.
Oh,
that's
Oh,
terrible.
no.
So, was it just a dingy hole that no one went into?
Well, no, we went into it because that's where the workmen were they were sitting on pallets
Uh,
because of the water.
So the water would rise.
do you remember the
There's a crawl
stairs that went upstairs?
I remember the stairs that went up. That's all that I remember about that.
And you never fell on the stairs. You were just a little kid, and I always.
Because they were steep.
I remember how that they were like tall
Yeah, I know.
and short,
Yeah,
and it was like it was like climbing a ladder.
yeah. You could go up really good. It was coming down,
I was afraid you were going to
Scary.
take one step.
but you never
Slide down on your belly, or you go.
Sit on your
Bum
bum
one at a time.
down. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the kid's favorite. Was there a school in the Portland area or a teacher of any of the kids that you were like, that was the best or the worst?
The best Mrs. Sandy Ross.
Oh, how many of your kids did Sandy Ross? Shalene.
Craig,
Shalene.
Shalene wasn't in Sandy's room.
Okay, so I was and Craig was.
Uh-huh.
Dan.
I think Dan might have been. Might have been. That's where I learned what dyslexia.
Oh, so yeah, let's hear about that.
Because I grew up, always going to summer school, always being in the throw here. Reading was painful. And somebody had put the label on me saying that I was, lazy and dumb, bold.
That's terrible.
And so I
teacher should ever.
I earned that feeling that I was never going to academically.
That's right, Dr. Nordstrom.
Huh?
So,
That's right, Dr. Nordstrom.
but it wasn't
Yeah,
until I was watching Dan struggle and you struggle and that I understood. Yeah, okay. And you know what? We're probably some of us wonderful. And it's true in the fields that we go in. And so many of, for example, movie stars, and that's the can't read for the day. So they had to memorize that
Or ad-lib.
or had that needed a lot of learning. So Sandy Rasty was always so nice.
Oh, she was wonderful. Oh, I would do that.
Do you remember the conversation where you were told about this? Like,
It was when we went in for the first grade. They used to have first graders go half a day for the first week to get used to going all day. They didn't have all the kindergarten. And she was talking about it, and after no, it was couldn't have been before because she wouldn't have known our kids, but she was showing the work. And
This is what they have trouble with.
yeah,
This
she was
is why, and I
yeah,
went,
yeah.
ah,
Sandy, messy, and slim.
so did that moment change anything?
so I probably have more well work than college film. But I always felt like I never really accomplished at a level that I just wasn't able to. Whatever I got into, instead of celebrating the level of competence that I got, just
You saw what you did.
Many times I remember when we were reading in elementary school, we always read with mom. Mom said it was because it was hard for you to hear the struggle that we were having with reading because
Oh,
you
I felt it.
associated with it and you felt it, and it was just so painful.
Yeah. Still,
Yep. And so reading with mom was always such a joy because when you were at school and you were reading and one of your classmates would say, "That's can," and you're like, "Can." And you were so patient, and yes, you would correct us, but instead of rebuking us, it was always a helpful support.
Oh.
And
That's what I did all day, so I might
Right.
do it at home too.
Well, so let's go into that. So I went into kindergarten, and is that when you started substituting?
Yep, I think so.
And so in substituting, actually, I'm sorry, we got to go back. We got to talk about 1970 and the birth of the.
Oh, okay.
So you were here in Oregon, and
Big house.
at the big house, and you got pregnant, and there was the excitement, and this was your seventh child. And did you ever get any "Are you ever going to stop" type statements from
you know what
friends and neighbors, those types of statements?
It's but I took it very serious.
One time in Seattle, someone said, "Oh my gosh, are all of those your kids?" I said, "No, some of them I just checked out at the library." She was like,
So I'm sorry for asking hard questions, but at the time when Amanda was born,
oh, it's
how was that
interesting how we
experience?
found her midwife. I mean, Sally.
Oh wow, okay.
Somebody told me there was a midwife in our state, and I thought, that's who I need. That's who I need to be with this baby. So I sat down at the state directory and I called and they said her last name, I think, starts with an S, I'm not sure. And so I just went right down all the S's and said, "Hi, this is Sister Nordstrom calling, and I'm just wondering, are you a midwife?" A mid one. What? And so, and I went, the kids would answer, well, hi, sweetheart. Is your mommy home? What's she busy right now? Do you know if your mommy delivers babies? No. No. I said, well, no, she doesn't, or no, you don't know. Anyway, I went through all of the S's. Um, I got down to Salyards, and I got a hold of her. It was her, and so she came over for, so that we could meet. Jerry said when she left, she said, she's got more compassion in her little finger than most people have in their whole body. And that's so true. She is such a wonderful woman.
So how long before her birth was that? About a couple of weeks, couple of months,
Probably,
couple of days,
no,
couple of hours.
No, a couple months maybe. I mean, it was getting time to find somebody.
And so Amanda was born at the house.
At home, yeah.
At home.
Okay.
And in that delivery, what went amazingly well and what was challenging?
Oh,
Or was it just the
amazing
easiest?
was Jerry and Eileen. It was like you worked together, actually. She could say, you do this, or you go with this, and he could go do it. She was wonderful.
And so you had a wonderful young family from newborn to 12 years old.
Uh-huh.
And then
She took her a while to make the degree. We were all relieved when she grabbed that first big breath. Danny was that way.
Oh, Danny was not. I thought she. Oh yeah, it took a while to get a scoop. Nothing like that. That time stood still, and you're just staring at them. Breathing for them. But he did.
so several weeks later, you're on your way with the pieces that I put together were that it was you guys were getting ready to leave to go someplace, and where were where you guys were going when you went in to find that Amanda no longer?
Were you going to
Still
pick up Fred, or had you just picked up Fred?
Well, I had to take the kids to school. And then I was going to work.
Okay.
And you and the baby were home.
Oh, I didn't have any little plastic pants that you would put on over the diapers, and we were going to go buy plastic.
She thought about that, and I was going to swing home there.
I think I went out to you and I said, did you put it in?
I pulled up and stuff. Let's see.
I had just gone to pick her up
It's already skipped.
to bring her out to the car so that we could.
Color purple. Great. We should next day.
Oh, you.
And then I had to go up to the school. Get kids. Curtis, Retracing hallway. Curtis. I don't remember who the teachers were there. That's it.
only 2.
Showing was 4.
Should we?
So I went,
I picked the phrase.
I said it.
If you were 2,
Teachers were all falling apart.
So what?
We were very fortunate because in that day and age, if it was a sit step, you had very real possibility. One, even people were treated like we were treated. But you could just see way off with your butts. You did.
So, Mama, in your next few months after that, where did you find peace? Where did you find solitude?
finally, I was sitting on the bed and I was writing in a journal. And I had this thought come into my head that if you have a baby and the baby died, where would you want it to be? And I thought, if a baby is born, Heavenly Father would be the safest place for your child to be. And that was the most positive thing. I could, since she was, that helped me live with it.
But at the same time, we were talking about it, built together. It was said so that it was all.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Then she wrote it.
That was the sense of true. You said that. You said the word sense. That's how you thought.
So then, as skipping ahead, going back to, I'm now going to kindergarten, and you're going back to substitute. What were some of the challenges and excitement about going back to teaching?
I had to take some classes in order to be certified to teach in Oregon. I think it was in first grade that I actually started teaching because you were in Diane Sherwin's kindergarten class at Davis, and the twins' mom would come and walk the kids home. Then I.
It seemed like a long time, but now that I look back, I wasn't.
Well, should we? Oh, yeah, I was still 7. I don't know, it's quite a while, and so one day I got really brave and I went over to the superintendent's office and I said, I got an appointment and talked to him and I said, you know, I understand that often people that substitute in your district, if they substitute wrong and they don't have a good evaluation, they're very likely hired. I've taught here, substituted for, I don't know, 2 years or whatever. Is there any other information that I need to know or anything more that I need to do? I said, all of my kids are in this district, I love this district. I substituted in a number of schools here. the school. I like the other people that teach there. I just want to know if I'm still on the if I'm on the list. Don't give up hope. Oh, it was Diane Sherwin, kindergarten teacher in Sandy Rossi, came over and said, "There's an opening at Glenfair. Apply for it."
So just a little quick math in my mind. That was pretty much when Curtis was getting ready to graduate from high school.
When I started
Teaching. I would have been 6, so he would have been 16 when I started.
Yeah, and he graduated at 16. He graduated early because in Canada they started school a year early.
So he graduated at 17.
No, he graduated at 16.
Curtis graduated at 16. Wow. Okay.
I had an extra year for that day.
So he graduated at 16.
I believe so.
And you guys, so you were just starting teaching, and that was getting right up to the point where you started to look at a mission. Are we getting too tired?
No, it was just itchy. My eyebrows itchy. I think he went on his mission. He used to go at 19. And I think he was 12. I'm not sure.
Spent extra time out there. But so when you were teaching, I know Dad had several jobs here in Oregon. What are some of the big ones that were memorable from moving to Portland until I was
Being out the film.
that'd be a couple of years, quite a while, or months, quite a while.
Yeah.
Couple of years, okay.
Here.
Oh, and when they were hearing testing,
There was some
Oh,
stuff in between
So
there.
you worked in a downtown office
Oh, yeah.
or something.
Yeah, the stopwatch.
oh yeah, stopwatch. Stopwatch.
Stopwatch.
What is a stopwatch?
They would go had a little computer and to watch what's going on in stocks. And people would get into that program. I went around and delivered equipment and learned some interesting things about it. They say you don't have to know a lot about all of the stocks. You know, one guy just did silver and X-ray stuff. The price of silver would go up, the other would drop. It's better than carrying. He didn't have to know what was going on at all. He did. So it's interesting to experience that for a while.
How long were you at stopwatch? Oh. Before hearing testing. Hearing testing was quite a way. I mean, you worked with the special needs kids at the place where you're
Oh,
putting
yeah.
the
Over on 181st.
181st.
Oh, the expression
Yeah.
Yeah, the t-shirts.
and that.
Wow, you kids remember this better than we did.
And that was a good job for me, and that I learned more about myself. And
All right.
Yeah.
but did that very well.
There are some other jobs. I don't remember any of the
Of course, the courier business was
courier business. The courier business was after the courier testing.
Yeah.
So you were an audiologist for several years, and you would travel around all over the Northwest and do hearing testing for lumberjacks,
all kinds of
Company.
businesses,
all sorts of companies.
everything from people on the railroads, heavy trucks that pull down there, and the crew would pull in on the rail yard. Out to, that's it. Yeah. Look at pretty much Northwest, all over the place. Yeah. Mountain crew.
One time, was it in California?
Yeah, we went down the coast.
Yeah, that was.
But after we've gone through, then there were tests and feedback and we tested these places. So we just took a portable unit and put it in the truck. I don't know. Down there,
All work pretty.
down the coast up to Herring David. Farther down and back up a really neat place on Northern California.
With the school.
And they had a little school, a boarding school with a nice house. Very picture. And then from the district, I guess, they brought their lunch or something. But it was
It wasn't in use. It wasn't in use anymore because all of the community that had lived there, they had closed that down. Oh my gosh, the deer and playground and school was all fenced around. It was.
the guys that worked up in, up in there, all the wild animals, they were all had names.
That was a
So that kept you on the road for
Yeah,
several years.
I love the people that I work with, people I get tested for, didn't really work with them. Had pretty wild schedules. It's and a couple of days. They don't get that. Really love it. That was a real plus. I joined the Air Guard.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but that was another one because I do have a memory of us living on 192nd, and I have no idea why this would be because for some reason I remember you in your military outfit walking down 192nd. Does that sound familiar for any reason, or was that literally just a dream? Could have been.
And my uniform going down,
Okay.
walking.
Yeah, walking to the house from on 192nd
from start. Or from,
Greece.
Well, and I said, I'm in a total weekend and got a ride back.
Yeah, something like that.
Somebody dropped me off.
I found out.
Because I was like, Dad's coming home, and some reason it was like, okay, go get him, and then I think I was probably almost at the twins' house when I gave my big one. So
Maybe, may have been coming home from summer.
And so how long were you in the
Retracing.
reserves?
Four. I had between 8 and 9 total service.
Did you end up seeing any retirement benefits from military service? Okay, so you went from the hearing testing to the courier service, and
They didn't pay you for going up to this?
Yeah, but I didn't get any retirement.
any
Oh,
retirement.
not
benefits.
retirement. Oh, okay.
So I got paid.
Yeah, paid well. For for the uh, for the courier service, there was a guy who was a courier already, and he asked if you wanted to buy the business or you worked for him. How did you get connected with this guy who had a courier service? Why did you decide, hey,
That was,
owner of a courier business?
I was looking for jobs or business, whatever. I've heard since I made an appointment, so right along. Well, so I made a contract. And so I just paid so much.
Was it for a couple of years?
Now,
Year or 2 years? Something.
so anyway, getting used to it. $100 coming in. I got him all paid off. Got a phone call. I didn't think you could sign up first. So I didn't see that thing. That's because he got paid off.
Contract's done.
Paid off with it.
Had
Already? Yeah. Okay. Good. I met good people doing careers.
There's a lot of people that you met. I think one of my favorite, probably your favorite places to go was as you were taking the morning routine and then ending up at the temple and being able to go and travel around and sit around the temple a little bit before you had to run to another ship. There were several times that we got to get a little peace by sitting in the parking lot of the temple.
That's when they were building that overpass situation. That was just what I was
Nuts.
I can remember one of the storms hit there. And I left in the morning. They were red truck. And
oh, it's snowstorm.
going there and snow and rain froze. It was pretty treacherous. So I got in. It took me a long time to get out. 217 and all that. Picked up a load there. And I think I was just, I go along, do this, do this. So, then I got them had to go there, fear about that, get out of it. That was a long,
Oh, yeah. I don't do that home until about 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Oh, my
long,
gosh.
long day.
So, are there any high school or events in the kids' lives that you remember that you really like? Any school events.
Graduation.
Of who?
Everybody, all
Everybody.
the graduations were wonderful, wonderful occasions, and I wish I had done more for a big party or a big whatever.
And both of you went to every graduation, every high school graduation?
Oh yeah.
Were there any, I know Craig and Dan were into baseball, really basketball. Were there any sporting activities that the kids participated in that you remember and really
Mostly the soccer.
the church troops?
And I remember Danny and Greg
Playing the baseball.
playing on the same team in baseball along with Seth.
Yeah.
Seth, yeah. They used to play on the same teams.
I can remember
That
when
was good.
it's all different things. Drop you off the ball and go around to all of the others, drop them, and then by the time we got them, drop them, and come back, pick you up at yours, and then go to the next one.
I don't think did you do T-ball? I don't think they had T-ball. Literally. But you hated it.
I don't know if I played 2 seasons.
No, it was good. I
Was it? Oh.
I wouldn't have you do that twice.
Oh. That one I feel. Anyway.
You're a lot more like your dad.
Right.
The other boys are really tough.
Oh.
And Shalene liked volleyball. She never did sports.
She liked art.
Huh?
She liked art.
Art.
She was very
Oh,
artsy.
she was artsy, yeah.
And Curtis played hockey when he was little, right?
So did Dan.
Dan.
Oh, up in Canada. Oh, yeah. They did, yeah.
Dan had a wicked slap shot. Boy, I think it's coaches. Come on. Your eye on.
Who is that kid? Is he
Wow.
going to be the next Gordia or whoever the hockey guy is? That's Gordia.
Okay. I know we've gone through most of your life. Are there any stories that you want to share that either I didn't cover or something that you want to?
Oh my gosh, you remembered more about our life than we can. The interesting thing is sitting here going through all of these things, and it seems like, oh my gosh, so much of it is so negative. But I have to say that my happiest years of my life was raising you kids. They were busy, productive, but I always loved reading the nighttime read aloud, the family prayer, the house.
Big ones.
I-
Our trips to the beach.
I wouldn't trade any of it. Any negative things that we went through, which it sounds so much negative. You know, I just have to tell people that if your life isn't going the way that you think you wanted it to go or thought it was going to go, don't give up on it, because it turned out better than what you ever think, because our kids are the greatest thing that we are leaving for this world. And with all the ups and downs of life, the whatever, it's our